What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. I can't even say welcome back because it's been so long since I sat down to film a makeup video. I kind of want to reintroduce myself to YouTube for various reasons. Some of you know what those are. I miss more connecting type of content. I've spent so much of my time recently on TikTok, which is so fun and I love it, but you really don't get the same connection that you do here on YouTube. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amy. I have been working in beauty for 10 years now. I started in like retail beauty with Clinique, then I went to Sephora eventually, and I've been doing YouTube for, I think it's 6. Is it 7 years? It's been a very, very long time, and I've left, I've come back, I've worked full-time, I've quit my full-time job. YouTube is a very, very different place than when I started. I wish I started years prior to that so that I could have experienced those years, but at any rate, makeup and the creation of content is the only thing I've ever found that I'm really passionate about. I've never had something else that said, yes, I want to do that. So I'm still trying after all of these years. So if you are interested in makeup and would maybe like to see some of more like OG YouTube content that is not drama, that is just simply enjoying beauty and being excited about it, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and like this video and interact with it. My views are low right now because I have not been active. So hopefully you guys will give me a chance and let's see if I can make a comeback, and who knows, maybe YouTube is gonna have a heyday again. I would love that. Anyway, we got to get into the real matter at hand. I have the new Nomad Royal Europe palette. This color story is truly insane. I love how on theme everything is. Royalty, you think of purples, rich colors, the colors that back in the day you had to be rich to be able to afford to wear these colors. That's crazy. I love history and stuff like that. I am such a fan of jewel tones. Give me jewel tones and pastels any day over primary rainbow or earth tones or anything like that. I am a sucker for these. So there are 10 matte shades and then 5 multi-chromes. I believe they've never done multi-chromes before. Correct me if I'm wrong. This palette was also gifted. Every other Nomad palette I've ever used, and I have several as purchased by me, this is the first one they've ever sent, and I think that this is the perfect first one to receive because it's so beautiful. Also, I tried to be very on theme today. We have jewel tones. We have a jeweled jewel tone cup. The hardest part is going to be deciding what colors to use on my very first look with this palette. If the lighting and color is not perfect, bear with me. It's been a long time since I used my fancy camera to film a video, and I was trying to like reset the settings. It's a mess. I'm a mess today, but we're gonna work with it. My favorite way to prime is P. Louise base. This is Rumor 0.5, so the lightest shade apart from white. I hear a lot of people say just use concealer. They just don't work the same. This base is going to allow the colors of this to really be exactly as they are, and this is also going to cancel out all those veins on my eyelid. I'm probably definitely doing some sort of a cut crease, so I'm not going to worry about the bottom of my lid. I just want this to be nice and opaque, and I'm a big fan of blending shadow out. So I always make sure I have lots of base in the outer corner as well. That made me feel even paler. It's fine. I'm just gonna do a couple swatches as I'm looking at... Oh, fuck. As I'm swatching, I'm comparing like depths to see like what could be used to blend out with. These are so stunning. I just barely touched into these. Okay, I'm gonna start with purple. We're really gonna go for the rich jewel tones. You see how rich that is applying. I'm picking up the tiniest amount. I'm gonna very lightly blend the edges. Then I'm taking a slightly larger brush and I'm going to pick up Hall of Mirrors, and I'm tapping along the upper edge. I'm completely out of my iced coffee that I normally drink while I'm filming and things. And I was like, hey, are you leaving? I'm talking to my boyfriend. I was like, hey, so are you leaving early to pick up Starbucks? He just texted me and was like, hey, they just told me to go home and work from home the rest of the day. And I'm like, oh, Did they?
Did they now?
So I'm using Willino Place, but I'm trying to keep it soft. No extra product on this brush. That middle shade has kind of just evaporated, so I'm gonna add it back. I kind of want to take Palace of Versailles, which is the lighter blue. This is on a clean brush, and kind of go in here a little bit. I kind of want to build that color in right here. There's so many possibilities. So I'm gonna take some Vaseline on a flat brush. It's random, but I place it right here because it's just kind of like closed up and it helps my dry hands. I always get questions when I do this part and I say I'm using blank canvas paint. People always ask, why are you using the paint when you were just using the base? You can definitely use the base. I just find that I get a more crisp line. Okay, gotta get my Starbucks order ready. Okay, so I didn't realize it stopped recording and I just got started placing the shade Royal Orb. So obviously trying to really get that effect.
Come here. Mama.
It's actually applying quite well with a brush. And it just popped in my head too, they will be selling these as singles, these multi-chromes.
Come on out.
Clean this up. Okay, I had to backtrack twice because I just got so excited. I got so excited that the looks I was doing just were not, they just didn't feel right to me. So I backtracked and I used the same purple and the same blue. I'm just gonna do the half cut crease and use 2 of the multi-chromes, I think. You know what, I'm gonna use base. Just because. My eyelid literally has been through it today, but the boyfriend came home from work with a coffee. One of my cats, I went in with Royal Orb before and I still want to use that color. I'm gonna focus that one in the front. I'm gonna clean off this brush. It's like barely damp and I'm gonna take Bleu de France. Now I'm gonna go for the purple again, just that matte purple, and give a little blend. That's a really nice transition. I think it's gonna come together, it's gonna look good. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, then we're gonna come back. The eye look turned out phenomenal, honestly. My only complaint with this palette is that it's so blendable and so pigmented that you can easily go overboard, right? Because everything is really pigmented, you do not need a lot. And honestly, it's just a beautiful palette. I think these are incredible in terms of the quality. I'm really loving the multi-chrome effect. It's so pretty. I think one would be really, really impactful, maybe even better than doing the 2 like I did. Apart from the quality of the lighting and color in this video, I'm very, very pleased with how everything went once I got my eyes situated. I just like wasn't happy each time I did it. That is kind of like being too perfectionisty and also just like way overexcited and using too much shadow. So I know better, you guys know better. We'll get there, but I am having fun filming, but I am excited to film YouTube videos again. It's like what I started with and it feels a little bit more natural to me. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed. I definitely think the palette is worth every penny. I think it's gorgeous. I'm not surprised. I mean, I have other Nomad palettes. This is just as good, if not better. I mean, the multi-chromes definitely gave it that extra oomph of like, oh my god, this is so good. I will definitely be creating other looks with this palette because there's just so many options, like I said previously. But yeah, that's it. So make sure you guys are subscribed and you like the video. I am going to be mentioning my Patreon more in the coming weeks and months. I do have that so that I can gain some support and just basically continue to fund my content. I have not promoted that in the past because I never wanted to be like, oh, go, go support my Patreon, and then I'm not posting enough. So whatever you would like on Patreon as the different tier level things that you get by supporting, let me know if you have any ideas. I know that there is so much content out there that I don't know. I really don't even know. So if there's a particular type of content, whether it be, something a little bit more in depth, a live specifically for my Patreon members. Right now, I've been very inactive on there, and that's why I haven't talked about it more. But it's definitely becoming harder for smaller creators to earn revenue on their content that's been taken away by Facebook and by Instagram and possibly by TikTok. So I will be looking to create the best content I can for you and hopefully earn enough to just support and allow me to create the content. So that's basically all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything crazy, just enough to where I can get by and do what I love. That would be the goal. So I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for checking out my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.